Hi everybody, this is Gary Wilson. Welcome to this week's live Investor Agent webinar. If you notice from the emails going out ahead of time, this is not our typical webinar, okay? This one's specifically designed to introduce to you what we call the classroom method of marketing. It's how you bring in investors, and some of you all are investors because I know you personally, and you can certainly do this too. That's what I did many years ago. Of all the things that I've done, this is the one that really created that whole wave of activity and led to the forming of the brokerage company I developed, okay? And it also led to the property management company and the title company, so forth and so on. I literally created a classroom. If you think about the late night gurus, okay, who were running around doing their 3-day boot camps and webinars, or excuse me, seminars and workshops. What I'm going to show you tonight is how you can actually do that on a smaller scale in your area, all right? And just so you know, it doesn't matter if you've never invested or not. Okay, we have an agent, a colleague, her name is Kelly O'Keefe. She's in Boston, Mass. She may even be on tonight, I don't know. She's been doing this for like 10 years. She never bought an invested property her entire life, okay? And if you think about people in the commercial world, commercial agents, most of them do not invest, okay? So a lot of residential agents have this limiting belief that, well, I've got to invest to be able to do this, or I don't have experience, okay? Yes, it helps. I mean, I'm not going to be crazy for me to say it doesn't help, but it's not necessary, okay? So first things first, there were years I actually won awards, stood up on stages because I made so much money doing this. And the one year particularly was about the time I was starting my brokerage company. I was still heavily in production. I think I generated $793,000 in GCI that year. Okay, I stood up on Craig Proctor's stage and won some kind of award. I actually didn't know I was going to win an award. It was quite a surprise, but I did that as a result of what I'm going to show you tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in here. All right, if I can get this thing to work. Here we go. All right, so who here has actually started to wonder what it would be like to have your clients work with you the way that you want them to when it comes to investing? Now, a lot of you are raising eyebrows right now, okay? And I did too, because the fact is we're used to coming from the residential world. We apply that service methodology and that service mentality to the investor. And it may work to a small degree, but I'm going to tell you right now, by the time you're done tonight, you're going to know why we do this, okay? Because you have to feel, think, speak, and act like a business to work with the right kind of investors, okay? The fact is when you do, all right, and you show them, you give them the tools that they need and the techniques and the information, the inventory, what happens is now you're working in concert with each other, okay? That's what we're looking to achieve. So if you ever wondered, is that possible? Like, especially if you had investors drive you crazy, it absolutely is possible, right? In fact, how would you like to do that and have them pay you to do that, to show them how to do that, not just commissions? You're definitely going to earn more commissions. And what I'm talking about is them paying you to show them how to invest correctly in your area, okay? And quite frankly, it's the highest conversion rate of anything I've ever seen, anything I've ever done, and the highest repeat rate. Because when people learn to do something the right way the first time, there is no do-overs. They're not. It's more expensive to do things twice as opposed to doing it right the first time, okay? So the answer is yes, all right? So what I'm going to do is, if you like, I'll share with you tonight how to have clients, okay, ask them to work with you, all right? How to have them follow your instructions and the methods you're using, okay? And how to basically have them work also on your schedule, all right? And there's a couple hints there I'll give you along the way, but when you create a schedule and you basically postulate that to your clients, it's like an automatic thing. They look at you, they hold you at a higher level of esteem, number one, all right? There's a higher level of respect there, and they basically realize you're the go-to person, all right? You must be in high demand if you have a schedule that you're mandating, all right? Okay, it works. So here's what you're going to get. Here's what you're going to discover tonight. I'm going to show you how you can be in this program where you can teach your agents, your investors to work with you the exact same way that you need and want them to, all right? You'll have them pay you to do that, and the conversion rate is greater than 90%. There were classes I had where the conversion rate was over 93%. In other words, 14 out of 15 people will actually go and buy something, which means you get all those commissions, okay, for doing one-to-many servicing. Now, I want you to think about that for a second. Please write this down. I'm not just talking about one-to-many marketing, okay? You already know how to do the workshop, or most of you have done the workshop. What I'm talking about is servicing, all right? One-to-many marketing, step one. One-to-many servicing, step two. So let me do this. Let me open up my question box here and ask you to respond to what I just said there. It's a huge difference, okay? One-to-many servicing. Just give me your thoughts there, all right? Because if you got that, if you grasp that concept, you're going to love the class, okay? Let's see, I'm looking at responses now. So Dorsch was responding to the comment about the predators. You're absolutely right, Dorsch. I'll be rooting for you, okay? Okay, let's see. Let's see, John Barnes says, Cedric and I are doing our first workshop tonight at, oh, hot dog. Hey, John, give me some feedback tomorrow, man, if you could, please, after tonight's workshop, all right? Let's see. Oh, we got New Mexico in there. Oh, Rob. Hey, hey, Rob, the other guy, too. Rob, I'll follow up with you tomorrow. Never mind, I'll follow up with you tomorrow, okay? All right, let's see here. Natasha. Says she's very familiar with Nate. Okay, good. Let's see. Hey, Gary, I'll be boarding my flight soon. Need to step off. That was it. Hey, Andy, I want to talk to you too, buddy. If you could do me a favor, use Time Trade, set up a time with me, and we'll get you the recording on this. All right, let's see. Cedric says, John and I are on board. That is awesome. Okay, I'm proud of you guys for doing that. Okay, let's see. So John got it. Right. So John, here's what we're talking about. For many of you guys, yeah, Rob says it's a game changer. So Rob knows he's from Albuquerque, and he's been an investor and an agent and also a contractor. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Let's see. Melinda, have been trained by investor trainer that hates agents. This is interesting. Yeah, we're gonna. So Melinda, this is actually just imagine a mirror. This is the actual reverse, okay, of what you've been experiencing. And believe me, many agents, most of us, in fact, are going through exactly what you're going through. Okay, so here's the deal, right? That's what I'm telling you you're going to get, and here's the promise, right? Just stick with me, all right? I'm going to show you at the end exactly what I'm talking about, step by step. I'm going to give you the actual pieces involved. So if you guys decide you want to do this, you just raise your hand and let me know, all right? Okay, here's the challenge. The bottom line is this. We spend way too much time relative to production in prospecting. Would you guys agree? In other words, if you work with owner occupants and investors, you recognize with owner occupants particularly, you spend about half your time prospecting. Generally less than that with investors. But the challenge is when you can do one-to-many marketing and follow that with one-to-many servicing, it puts you in control. You're literally creating your own business machine. So the one-to-one service is the challenge for us. Even though many of you have already learned one-to-many marketing from me and from these different marketing methods, you follow up with one-to-many servicing, it's a game changer, right? Also, the conversion rate is not as high as you'd like. I mean, quite frankly, let's face it, conversion rates on investors are generally higher with owner occupants. That's a given. The challenge is when you're trying to do one-to-many marketing, and it's a more of a open, what I'll call going to like the game land, right? It's like an open environment. This actually takes that and controls it, puts it in a controlled environment, which I'll show you here in a little bit, all right? Okay, so what exactly is this we're talking about, right? Here's the deal. Number one is I'm going to show you how you can teach your clients how to invest the exact same way you need to work with you, right? Now, some of you are thinking of what about the existing investors? I'm just going to tell you right now, all right? You're not going to get all those guys. You're not going to convert them, all right? I can tell you from experience. I'll give you a secret, a trick that you can say, look, let's do it your way this time. As long as you promise or put it in writing if you want, we'll do it my way the next time. And then you, the client, can decide which way you like best, okay? Some of them will go for it, some of them won't. The reality is, Melinda and everybody else, we're generally talking about new or newer investors here. The marketing we give you is designed to attract those people who are also generally more qualified, right? They're professionals, they're business owners, they've got more cash, better credit. you're basically doing a lot of legwork up front to increase your odds on the back end, right? So, and they'll pay you to do that because they're going to actually take training, right? I mean, I'm going to train them, but you're going to make money doing that as well as their commissions. Guaranteed highest conversion rate of almost anything you can do. The clients actually do the legwork, okay? Here's the thing, guys, you're not giving them a fish. You're teaching them how to fish, all right? That's a big difference. And I can tell you this, for those of you, matter of fact, give me some responses on that last comment, because I can tell you in the past, so Melinda, what you've been doing, which is what I used to do, which is keep giving them the fish, all right? And they only eat for a day. However, some of you, I know, like David Evans, I know some of you guys are out, and Kristen, you've done this type of thing before, perhaps in other industries. Would you agree that you get better clientele long-term by actually showing them exactly what to do, by teaching them? Don't keep this to yourself. You want to show them exactly what we're talking about. Okay, let's see here. I want to look for some responses on that, so hang on one second. Natasha says, one-to-many can mean exponential growth. Absolutely, right? So Gloria says, what's stopping your clients from taking the info you give and complete pass you by? Who is that? Gloria? Gloria, the fact is the way you train them, yes, you're giving them information and you're giving them tools, but the fact is you've got the license, okay? Now let's say 10% of them decide to get their license too. Well, they might actually do that. Well, depending on who you work for, I mean, some of you are on here from EXP or Exit Realty, excuse me. And I think there's EXP out there. I actually met some of you guys in Albuquerque, and we're probably doing a special program for you, by the way, coming up. But a lot of you get some form of reward for bringing people into your brokerage, okay? You know, I know for a fact some of you do, because I can tell you, I've got experience with some of you. So that's not such a bad thing, Gloria, and a certain percentage of them will, probably about 10%. But the fact is, Gloria, is the people we're attracting are mostly already in some type of a business, like they're chiropractors or dentists. They don't, they're not going to want to get their license. Although I actually had a dentist get his license one time. Okay, in fact, I had a chiropractor get his license too. But the vast majority of them don't do that. They see this as a valuable way for them to learn the business properly and correctly. They don't want to make mistakes, okay? And they look for you to be the person to help them get the information, the tools, and the guidance they need to avoid mistakes. So Gloria, that's why it works so well. Just think about that relationship. Think about the relationship you had with teachers in high school and college, okay? Now, not all of them. You might have hated some of them because you didn't get the grades you wanted, but the fact is I guarantee you had a teacher-student relationship that you respected, okay, and you thrived under. That's what we're creating here. It's a whole different scenario, okay? Let's see. Melinda says, I don't have time to send the river for dinner. I don't get to eat. That's right. That's a good one. Let's see, Maxine. So Maxine, that's right. You're another one. Okay. So let's see. Arkansas is represented there. So certainly in my education philosophy to teach them to fish. You've got it, Maxine. Okay. Let's see. Michael, I found that several investors aren't loyal to any particular agent, just the deal. Thoughts. So that is Michael. Hey, Michael's pretty new. Yeah, so generally speaking, those are the investors that are already in the game. They've taken Than Minerals, Fortune Builders. They've taken Robert Kiyosaki's investment program, and both of those guys actually know. That's what I was just saying a moment ago, Michael. I don't try to spin your wheels too much with those guys. You can if you want, but I'm telling you, if you do the marketing the way we do it, you're going to attract new or newer investors. Once you show them how you can work together to find the best deal, they're not going to want to go anywhere else, okay? Because quite frankly, you're going to be doing stuff that most of their agents are doing. Okay, so Sarah's asking, would you explain, hang on a second. Would you explain what you mean by one-to-many servicing? I can guess what you mean, but prefer to know. I've got it guessed right. So I'm going to show you later on, Sarah. One of the things we do is once you've taken a group of people through a multi-week learning process, okay, it's called progressive learning, or sometimes we call it experiential training, all right? Each step of the way, you have them take steps, all right, to stay engaged, to take action, to learn, build competence, and build confidence. As you progress forward, you take bigger and bigger steps and more meaningful action, like actually securing financing, okay, getting approvals, things like that. So at the very end, the people in your class actually go through the property selection process. You go through the analysis in basically a classroom setting. I mean, you have them do it on their own first, okay? And the final step is you actually all go look at the properties, all right? You go do it all together. You bring your lender with you, you bring an inspector with you, and basically you're knocking them out of the park all in one day. Generally over a 2-day period, you'll have as many as 10, 20 or more transactions at the same time. That's what I mean by one-to-many servicing. You start in the classroom, you carry it out into the field, okay? It does a number of things. So Gloria says, well answered. Well, thank you very much. Okay, Debbie says, I have 2 working investors and having a hard time getting them to respond. Yeah, there's so Debbie, you and I probably need a strategy call, and I will tell you there's a screening process that you should go through. I highly recommend. You can get it in some of the material, I think particularly Module 2, but I want to go do some role playing with you if you don't mind, because you have to the way we screen people, it creates a form of that basically are self-screening, is whether it's like self-selection, and the people who really aren't serious, you can't make them be serious. If they don't see the value, they're not going to be that responsive, okay? It would help if you showed them examples. You definitely want to show them examples of what's possible from your marketplace, okay? That's one of the things you want to do. But just know that you've got to show them examples to show them why they should take action, and I'll give you maybe like a screening process, right? Let's see, Miho says, let's see, you told us not to worry that we don't have our own properties, but what is the best way to respond with potential clients ask why I don't have property while I'm teaching? You know what you could tell them, Neo? Tell them you're learning. You're going through the learning process with them. You've worked with investors in the past. You want to invest yourself. You know that there's a right way to do it and many other ways, and you want to participate with them learning the right way, okay? That's what you say. Tell them you've got a support network behind you of probably 1,000 agents around the US and Canada, okay? In an online network and support system to get advice anytime you want, whenever you want. And tell them you get to run their deals up across all these experts every single week, online, live, okay? So Peter, let's see. Yeah, Peter, I'm going to get started here. Sorry, Peter. Peter, I have to answer questions, so I hope you respect that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get going here, guys. You also, basically you have them follow your instructions and methods, all right? And you have them work on your schedule, all right? So let's get to the nitty gritty here, right? So why this, all right? Again, one-to-many sales. You can do 1, 2, 3 sessions per week if you want, multiple people per session. You control every step of the way, and you essentially lead them to action and result, okay? I want you guys to think about that for a second. That is the big deal. If you think about the formula for success, which is this: education plus information plus action equals results. We can give them all kinds of education information. The fact is, it's the action part that stops people in their tracks, all right? And what you're doing is you're helping them, you're acting as a conduit for them to take action, all right? That's why we have the conversion rates that we have. So in any case, the reason it's so important right now is this. There's a lot of talk of what's happening in the economy. I tend to be a pretty positive, optimistic person, but I can tell you this. When I see the numbers and I see what's happening in the world of lending, it's the business cycle repeats itself, and we're starting back into it already. Now, some people are telling us it's going to happen as late as the end of this year or early next year. Some people are very pessimistic about it. I'll just tell you, Robert Kiyosaki is for one. I got to speak with him personally. I'm pretty positive myself, but I have to also be realistic, and I encourage you guys to be realistic too. So the bottom line is that we owe it to our clients to help them be prepared now and not wait, okay, until in other words, you don't prepare your ship for a storm after the rain starts. You prepare ahead of time, right? That's what successful people do, right? Okay, a couple things here. First things first is, your results are your results, okay? I can't guarantee or predict them, although I do actually offer a guarantee. It's a performance guarantee, just like always. You do your part, I do my part. Everybody wins. If I fail on my part, okay, you get your money back. In any case, that's how that works. But the bottom line is this: you've got to determine what part of the spectrum you're going to be in. Are you going to be part of the percentage of people that doesn't take action and you're content with status quo? All right, or are you going to be part of the group of people who are action takers and want to get forward here and move your business to a whole new level? Right. So here's the deal. This is my philosophy. All right, the fastest and most predictable path to your financial security is the ability to grow your investor pipeline with qualified players who execute using the same exact methods that you need them to. All right, that's what we're talking about here. So my mission is to help you do that quickly and easily. Challenges some of you, so I can, I've talked to some of you in the last few weeks about this because you know this is coming up, and you'll say, I don't have a lot of contacts. You probably have some contacts, okay? And I'm going to show you how to get more contacts. There's multiple steps we go through to bring people to the table. Or I don't have the time. I mean, let's face it, if you're doing one-on-one prospecting, if you're doing one-on-one marketing, if you're doing one-on-one servicing, all right, you know what your results are. You've got a linear process, and there's a natural ceiling that you're going to hit. A person can only produce so much in a one-on-one environment. One-to-many is far, far better, right? And the third thing is well, I don't have the system. Well, that's why I'm here to show you tonight, is how you can actually get the system. So in any case, there is a bigger reason, all right? The bigger reason is this. A lot of you who have known me for years, some of you know me for 15 or more years. A lot of you I taught how to invest way back as early as the early 2000s, 2002 in fact. There's a lot to be said, and I know some of you, just bear with me here. All right, Maxine, David, some of you have taught before, okay? There is something you get back in the process of teaching, all right? And it's multifaceted. The first facet is this: the return energy you get, the fulfillment, the feedback, the gratification of knowing that you're helping somebody else provides fulfillment in a way that you can't measure. You can't put a dollar sign on it. Just you have to experience it to see it. So Maxine, just give me your comments, Maxine, because I know you know what I'm talking about. And Christine too, or Kristen, excuse me. So there's a wonderful feeling, guys, when people call you and email you and text you and say, I just want to say thank you. I just bought my first duplex, or I did, I bought 4 rentals this month, or I just did a flip and made $83,000. I get those emails every week, guys. Okay, and I can't tell you what it feels like to be able to have that happen. Now, a lot of you know me back then when I was doing this. We were charging $5,000, and we were getting it to our investors. They were paying it. It's only $2,000 now. It's the same price you guys paid for your program as they get for the same price. We don't raise the prices just for whatever reason. We make this. We literally make it as affordable as we possibly can. But that's the bigger reason. If you see yourself in front of people, helping people actually get the properties they want and succeeding, you like the thought of that feeling, you're going to love this. Okay. Because that's what it's all about. There's no other hidden thing. I mean, it's not all about the money. I will tell you this too, guys. One more thing. There's such a thing as called a learning pyramid. All right. Imagine a pyramid. At the very bottom, the most rudimentary form of learning is like you reading a book. Unfortunately, the retention rate is about 5%. In other words, what you get out of it is about 5%. You move up the pyramid, you've got going to lectures, reading audiobooks, multiple sources of input. Then maybe you're going to class, then maybe you go to a seminar, then maybe you do a workshop or in a training program. The only thing above that training program is actually you teaching yourself. The best way to learn is to teach yourself. It's the top of the learning pyramid. I know some of you have seen that, but just know this: if you haven't seen it before, you want to learn a subject, go and teach it. And that's what Kelly O'Keefe did up in Boston, Mass. She never invested. She started teaching, and now she's the expert. All right, so this is a great free for you to get a program that you may already want yourself, like one on flipping or one on buying rentals, for example. Teach others how to do it while you're going. And the fact is I'm actually doing the teaching. You're not even doing the teaching. I'm doing the teaching, okay? In any case, here's what's different. This puts you in the driver's seat, Okay, you're now the bus driver, and it's sort of like I was going to say winning the lottery. It's not winning the lottery. It's actually you're building your own lottery machine that pays you every single time. Okay, that's the difference. You involve your clients in the process. Again, you don't give them a fish, you teach them how to fish. It's essentially prosperity through service. All right, if you think about Zig Ziglar, he hit the nail on the head. I mean, everything we do is based on that premise. All right, so a couple things here. Couple of limiting beliefs, if you will. People say, well, I need to invest myself before I can do this. It's not true. Does it help? I would say yes, it does, but it's not necessary. Or I don't know how, or we're going to teach you how, okay? Or I don't have the time, okay? The bottom line is the difference between you going to them and them coming to you. We're going to shift that so that now they're coming to you, and your lack of time is not going to be so much of an issue. So let me show you some examples, all right, of what I'm talking about here. Let me reduce my panel so we can all see this, all right? These are individual years, individual clients, and the commissions earned in that 1 year by that one client. So look at those numbers there, all right? These are the numbers we're talking about. All right, so who wants to be our next success story? All right, hopefully I can see actually some of you guys are already saying that. Please show me. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we do this. But first off, I just want to get a mental picture in your mind. This is what we're talking about. Does this look appealing to you? So let me bring my panel back over and look for some feedback, all right? Hey, Kristen is on. Hey, Kristen. I'm so glad you made it. Let's see. Let me go back here. I'm going to make sure I got all the comments. Hang on one second. Okay, let's see. So guys, I'm going to answer some questions here, so hang on to your seats. Okay, this is from Herminia. Hi, Herminia is from up in the Bronx area. I have a few investors that have had contacted me, but I feel that they just want to get the information from me. I don't feel secure about it. Herminia, you've got to get comfortable sharing. I mean, the fact is they do need you, or they wouldn't be coming for information. But remember, you want to go through the process. I mean, this needs to be win-win. You know, one of the sayings in Remax is everybody wins. One of the sayings in Keller Williams is win-win. You've got to make sure it's win-win. You go through the process of screening people, go through the interview. You know, to them, it's a conversation. To us, it's an interview, okay? And you'll determine by their language, okay? You'll determine by their language what type of a client they're going to be. And you can determine whether you work with them or not. You can try to twist your arms a little bit, but quite frankly, you know, we want people who are get the vision and will actually take action. Okay. Okay. So goal of mine is to teach my client students that is better for them to have their own eureka moments and not depend on mine to get them their dreams. So that's Maxine. You're absolutely right. Once they get that, they are on the way. No spoon feeding will get you your dream. And I'll tell you what, guys, Maxine's exactly right. Once you get your students up and running through the first, it'll be several weeks. I mean, you're basically going to have them go through a learning process. Okay, there's a certain bond and loyalty that's manufactured there. Okay, and the fact is, once they get it the first time, you're simply filling orders. After that, there are literally transactions, hundreds of them I've had. I never even saw the property. All right. We don't even go to closings. You don't go to closings. Investors don't even go to closings anymore in most states and provinces, okay? So it's more like a machine. It really is like building a lottery machine, right? Okay, Kristen says, sounds like what I should be doing when I am ready. Absolutely, yep. Jessica, yes. Kristen, okay, yes, this looks appealing, but that looks like a big class. Hey, Matt. Oh, Matt, I'm so glad you're on board here. Welcome aboard. Yeah, generally speaking, Matt's bringing up a good point. When I first started, guys, I think I had like 5 people, and then it started growing from there. And it got to the point where I had to have multiple classes per month. And we were cranking through. I mean, you know, it wasn't unusual to have 50 to 80 people go through in a month. Okay, we used to do it in 3-day weekends, and that got to be kind of troublesome because, you know, I had children, right? And we learned to break it up into individual modules and spread out over time, 1 module per week, almost just the way you guys are learning actually, okay? And you build step by step by step, and each step of the way they gain competence and confidence, and by the time you get to the end, man, literally, it's like 93% pull the trigger rate, right? So Matt, just know this, learn small and grow big. That's the philosophy, all right? Okay, let's see. Fossil says, okay, yes, yes, about to do my third one, but need to get more people in the room. Amen, Fossil. So Fossil, I know we got a strategy call coming up. I want to go over some techniques for you to improve your show rate once you've got some signups, okay? Cheryl, I would be happy with 10 to 20 per class workshop. I would say the sweet spot, guys, is anywhere between 20 and 25. That's like the sweet spot. Deborah says, yes, I'm comfortable with teaching as long as I have the data. You got it. All right, let's see. This is Shan. Hi, Shan. Shan is saying, okay, I cannot wait to hear what you are going to share. I am an investor and agent, and I have been many boot camps, weekend workshops. I think I know what you're about to share, but not sure. So yeah, Shane, this is a little bit different than what you've seen. I used to do that stuff, and I used to do it for other people too, and it does work. This is more like a traditional learning methodology. In fact, it's based on it's called progressive learning. We got it from a professor in communications in Canada, and it works. It's awesome. I mean, it's more professional, it's more business minded, and quite frankly, people are more comfortable with it. All right. And this is Melinda absolutely wants to do classroom. Good. Okay, I like the one-to-many. Yep. Is this the same concept as the free library room you mentioned last week? So Matt, this is actually that on steroids. So we like to use that as a prerequisite. And over a year's time, you know, probably a few hundred of you do the workshops, and so we feel like we got a good group of people to pull from to do this classroom method. So if you've done that, you're in good shape. If you haven't done it, if you understand the concept, it's going to position you to more easily do this. Okay, so Cece, hey, I'm so glad you're on here. Thank goodness. Okay, you're in listen mode. There must be something on your computer settings, Cece. I'm not able to help you at this point, but it's going to be in your settings. Okay, this is from, hi Siri, good to see you. Okay, Siri says, Gary, I believe fortune is in the giving. Perfect example is teaching and sharing what it's just like Zig Ziglar said, you know, you help enough people get what they want, you want to get plenty of what you want. Okay, this is Steve. McNair, hi Steve. Steve is asking, did I miss something about presenting a classroom one-to-many? How does it work? So that's what we're going over right now, Steve. You might have tapped in a little bit late there. This is Joe. Hey, Joe. Question for end of webinar. If I miss a webinar, is there a place to go back and watch it? Yes. So Joe, if you go to the silver level membership section on the My Investment Services website, you'll scroll down, you'll see all the webinars out there from the beginning of time. Every single subject is out there explained in great detail, and it's yours to keep forever. Deborah says, how do I work with out-of-state investors? So Deborah, a couple things. Does that mean out-of-state looking to buy in your area? Because if that's the case, you can certainly do this. All right, there's no reason you can't, because everything you can do this all online if you want. It does help to have them in person to actually see properties, right? Or are you talking more about you helping people who you know in other states? In which case, I would refer you to the community site where you can find other investor agents in virtually almost every state, and at least Montreal and Quebec up in Canada, soon to be Vancouver, or British Columbia, excuse me. Let's see what gets presented. So you're actually, so Steve, let me move forward, guys. I'm gonna show you exactly what we're talking about here, okay? One more question. Melinda's asking, how do I get buyer agreements with me from text here? From Texas here, is there a bond created strong enough to keep loyalty up? Yes, there is. Yeah, this is the best way to create bonding, Melinda. So I'm sorry, that was Melinda, yeah. Okay, so Sarah, how many do you have to have interested to get 25 to show up? Generally speaking, it's about a 50-50 proposition, but the way we teach you how to do these things, the show up rate's greater than 2/3. In fact, many of our students are getting 80% show up rates. There's just a method we show you how to do that, okay? Okay, Judith. Hey, Judith. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Hey, by the way, guys, everybody give Judith a hand, because she used the letter let's see, May 12th. On May 13th, she got her first call. A guy has a $3 million building he wants to sell. She's already got a first offer on it for $3.5 million. One mailing of one letter, 2 phone calls, both of them $3 million deals. Judith, that's awesome. So and I'm glad you're on here. So Judith, this is definitely right up your alley. I'm glad you're on here. Okay. Okay, this is Jessica. Jessica, do you start off with asking past clients, family, and friends to come to these meetings, or do you invite people out to your Jessica, it's actually both, right? And I'll show you, you'll get more into the program, but you want to do both, okay? Let's see, is anyone doing this currently in Denver that I can sit in on and experience prior to doing it? You can call me. This is so Matt. So Matt, the answer is no, because I haven't done this in Denver yet. But you've got plenty of people from all over U.S. and Canada that have done this, and that the fundamentals don't change. It works everywhere we go. There's certain things I have to do in Canada promotionally to meet Canadian law. There's different rules in Ontario and Quebec, just like we have in the States. It's the same thing in Canada, okay? But in the States, this works in every state. Okay, so Deborah says, yes, they are looking to buy in my area. So this will really work for you, well for you, Deborah, then, all right? Okay, so Melissa is, were you ever worried that other agents came to your workshops and would steal yours? I used to worry about that in the beginning, Melissa, but when we started doing the niche marketing, it basically eliminated that, okay? Because you control who's in, all right? And quite frankly, you know, you want to have them sign, even if you do let an agent in, have them sign a non-compete, which, by the way, is implied in real estate contract law. It's just a lot of agents, they're so desperate and greedy and needy, they don't even think about that. But there is a way to overcome that. But for the most part, you're not going to have to worry about that. Okay, Deborah, would you suggest a webinar train out? Yes. So I'm going to show Deborah. Let me get through these questions, guys, so I can get on with this, because I know Peter wants to see what we're doing here. So I may have to stop the questions here for just a moment. So let me just stay on that question right there. That's from Shan. So hang on, Shan, and I'm going to get back to that. I promise you that. Okay. Okay. So here's the deal. You start off with a classroom, all right, and here's what you get. These people, literally 14 out of 15, that was the average, about a 93 point something conversion rate, are going to be thanking you for doing this. All right, think about any teacher you've ever had that really did a good job. Did you not feel grateful for them and thankful for them? Most people would say yes. Okay, all right, let's get into it, guys, because the clock is ticking here. All right, and by the way, there's only 20. We're going to take on 20 students this year, and we'll keep the registration open until Tuesday. I'll go over that more here in a minute. But just remember this: some of the biggest highlights of this: rapid results. Okay, very high conversion rate, greatest impact. In other words, multiple, there's a higher repeat factor here, more properties per person, more profit per client, obviously for you. And of course, you mentioned more repeat investors. Right? Who's this not for? Well, some of you probably are not really ready for this, okay? If you want to register, go ahead and I'll interview you, and we'll go over the pros and cons and what my suggestions are as your trainer. I might have some of you wait. Some of you are brand new, but you already have taught before, like Kristen, you're a natural fit for this. Maxine, I mean, several of you guys are naturals for this. Melinda, I mean, some of you, I know your backgrounds, and I think this will work well. Matter of fact, Tanya in Hoover, Alabama, you and Beth, right, and Manisha, you guys should probably be doing this, all right? Okay, so it's not for people who are just simply, like, if you can't see, if this isn't getting you excited, then just wait, okay? Now, also, if you're the kind of person who, you know, you just, you want to do it the long, hard way, I mean, just, you know, we're going to speed you through the process. I'm going to give you 4 weeks of training, okay? And by early March, you're going to have your first class, okay? This is, I mean, we're not fooling around, we're actually moving forward here. So by the time you get into by the time kids go back to school, you're going to be having these people in the training program, learning how to flip, learning how to buy rentals, whatever you want to do, wholesaling, manage rentals are all out there, okay? So if you're not willing to roll up your sleeves, okay, and put in the effort, then there's probably not much there is right for you, right? Bottom line is this: you got to give me your best, all right? A couple hours a week, and that's it. So this is for who this is for. Oops, I skipped a bit. You know, people who see, if you see a future for yourself in doing this, if you thought about, like, man, I've been to other workshops and seminars and I can do this kind of stuff too, or I wonder how they do it. Well, this is how you do it. You're going to learn how to do that. So down the road, if you want to play a bigger role in this community we have here, this is the prerequisite for that. So there's kind of an ulterior motive there, if you can read between the lines. For me personally, because guys, I'm literally traveling every single day, every single week, and I love to do this. Don't get me wrong, but I've got some you know, things in my personal life I've got to deal with. You know, I've got parents who are getting older, need help, children. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you know this already, and some of you are in the same kind of situation. And this is going to help you be more attentive to your families. Let me put it that way. And quite frankly, it'll help me too. So, in any case, here's the deal. I'm going to show you what this involves here now, all right? So a couple things. It is a 4-week guided training program, all right? We're going to start this on Monday, July 3rd. Now, some of you are probably thinking, holy crap, Gary, I'm going to be having a picnic. Well, I get that too, and I'm going to probably have one myself. The 4th is on Tuesday. If you're in Canada, Canada Day is on Saturday. I'll be up in Canada on Canada Day, by the way. And by the way, on the 4th, I'll be in... where am I going to be? Bend, Oregon. How about that? So I'm going to celebrate both. But the bottom line is we're going to do basically an hour per week. And this is separate from the normal webinars, okay? So we're going to do this at 9 p.m. Eastern every Monday in the month of July, the 3rd, the 10th, the 17th, and the 24th, okay? You're going to get the training step-by-step, progressive training through that 4-week period. You're going to get the power decks you need, the PowerPoint slide decks you need for presenting this to your prospective clients. Okay, I'm going to give you the actual PowerPoint presentation to go through and show you how to go through them. All right, I'm going to give you all the required forms and documents. You're going to get all the marketing material, which includes the flyers, the emails that go out in advance, the recorded videos, of course, the PowerPoint presentation we talked about, student profile forms, authorization forms, and one complete set of training material for each program. And most of you are in Investor Agent right now. Some of you have already taken flipping. Some of you have taken the rental profits program. By the way, for those of you who have already taken rental profits or flipping for profits or the property management program, which is, you know, turning rental problems into real estate profits, or wholesaling, guess what? You get to do this for free. Okay, and the bottom line is because you already get those other programs, guys. All of you do, whether you've taken them or not. You get them for half price, which happens to be $1,000. Okay, so the good news is if you've already done that, you don't have to pay for this. In any case, you get that because it's going to help you do a better job presenting. You're going to have this physically with you when you're presenting. All right, we're going to give you all the program guides. So that's sort of the deliverables. And if you can give me an hour per week for the 4 Mondays in July, 9 p.m. Eastern, then you're in good shape. And if you miss one, you're going to get the recording the very next day. We probably have to do a one-on-one afterwards, but I'll do that if that's what's necessary. Okay, it includes everything you need to set up your meetups, your basically your venue. Okay, if you're using Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter, all that stuff, we're going to help you with that. The actual scripts, the complete email campaigns, and an affiliate link so that you get credit for actually doing this. I'll explain more of that here in a second. All right. So the other programs that this involves is, of course, not investor agent, because you're the investor agent. But in all 4 of these programs are candidates for you. You can choose any one you want. Now, some of you may want to choose multiple programs. And what I will tell you is this: we're a little bit conservative here. Okay. So I want you to just pick one. And you should use 2 criteria to pick the one you want. Number 1 is, what do you want to learn more about? If you want to get more into the rental game, you should buy the rental one, rental profits. All right. If you want to get more into to flipping, then you should buy the flipping program. All right. The other criteria is, what are your clients asking you more for? And you can actually find that out by talking to them, asking them, hey, if you could learn about flipping or renting, which would you want to do first? And whatever that is, you choose that program. If it's in alignment with who you are, and then you're a perfect fit. I suggest you ask yourself what do you want to do more? If you're right now looking to buy your own properties sooner than later, then buy the one that you want. If you're looking to get more commissions coming in, then buy the one that your clients are asking more for, okay? But those are the 4 programs that are candidates for this. We're only going to let you do one at a time, okay? Because we don't want to, it's too easy to make mistakes by doing too many things at once, all right? So just one at a time, all right? And here's, it's currently available to current or past students. If you're not a student, you can't do this. Some of you I know are on board or on the webinar here who might not be current or prior students. If you want to do this, we'll take the application. We're going to have to look for some credentials there because it's just fair to you. Would not be respectful or honorable for me to take you through something that I don't think you're prepared for. Okay. Okay. Benefits of this. Here's the biggies, guys. Number 1 is you get the guided training on how to actually execute the strategy step by step. Okay. You get the program that where I'm going to be teaching, okay, with your students and you included for free. You get that. Actually, what you're doing is you're buying the program. That's the reason. The way we price it, is if you want to do another program, you've already got it available to you for half price. So we didn't add anything onto it. All right. All we're doing is we're making it available to you, giving you some more reason to go ahead and jump on that. At the same time, learn by helping others learn. And you're going to get, by the way, profits from doing that. So every program that these people buy, we're going to share with you 25% of the sale. In other words, they're $2,000. You earn $500 every time one of your clients takes one of these programs. Okay, every single time, and that's forever. All right. The training that they're going through is the same training that you're going through, obviously. Number 1. Number 2 is that means when you put on your agent hat, you have 8 clients who are working with you under the same exact guidelines that you want them to. So a lot of your comments throughout this webinar was, well, my clients do this and my clients do that. That all stops with this, okay? All right, I mean, again, you're going to be working with new or newer people. I'm not saying the older folks. You're not going to be able to teach an old dog new tricks. I mean, you can try it, and I had some success with that. But quite frankly, you're going to find yourself spending more time with these new guys. I can promise you that. All right, your clients purchase a training will engage with you using the same methods like we described there. In any case, those are the commissions you get are far more substantial because the conversion rate is higher on this, and also the repeat rate is much higher. The funny thing is you're already, you don't have to pay more for this. If you want one of the other programs, you're going to get it. You just get this extra added benefit of helping other people, earning money while you're doing it in the way of shared profits and getting more commissions coming in. Quite frankly, learning yourself. I mean, here's the big part. For me personally, this is a way for me to get you guys in the game more directly and getting your own properties. So you're going to be part of the program. By the time we're done, if you're doing the rental program, by the time we're done, you're going to be making an offer on a rental program. If you're doing the flipping program, by the time we're done, you're going to be making an offer on a flipping property. Okay. So in any case, this is people love this because of the way we carried it out. It's sort of I don't know how to describe it to you, but you're actually part of the program, and yet they look at you as being their guide, their advisor, consultant, which you actually are. Okay, so here's the deal. You're gonna put on a session where they come in after you've already marketed to them, promoted to them, and pre-screened them. All right, bring them in. If they like what they see, you're going to go through the PowerPoint with them to show them what they get. The ones that sign up or show an interest, you're going to do a further screening. Okay. They're going to have them fill out a profile form because you're not going to generally sell them anything that day. You're going to have them fill out a profile. Okay. You're going to go through the profile with them one-on-one. All right. You can sell that day if you want to. I don't mind. I'm just telling you, when you're first doing this, take it one step at a time. And I promise you'll be grateful because you're going to learn a lot through that process. Okay. You can repeat it as often as you like. I mean, let's say you get the flipping program, you get to participate in that for life. There's no limit. As long as you're alive and you have students coming in to learn, you're going to profit every time you do that forever. You can do this for each training program that we have offered, only one at a time though, okay? Oops, sorry, I've got hot fingers here. All right, what I'm training you on, again, we're gonna do this over the next, over the 4 Mondays in July, all right? 9 p.m. Eastern every week. It's going to be live via live webinar with me. But this time we're going to be, it's going to be live, like you're going to be unmuted, okay? And we're going to go through, so there's more interactive, more engaging. Every session is going to be recorded. All the recording is going to be transcribed. You're going to get copies of that, by the way, when it's all said and done. It's another benefit of doing this. And all delivered, the material is going to be delivered to you upon application and acceptance into the program, okay? So if all this did for you was get you, let's say you did this one time and you got, whatever, 5 clients who signed up, and they all, and 4 of them bought a property within the end of that first program, and you got your average commission. Now, if you're in Dayton, Ohio, that's $2,000. If you're in, out in, where was I last? I was up in North Fort Collins, Colorado. That's probably 10,000, okay? So just ask yourself, if you got that, would it be worth it? But the bottom line is it's more than that, guys. I mean, quite frankly, you're getting the program that you already would get anyways for nothing more than you already would pay for it, and you're getting this on top of it, the actual guided program and how to actually present this to people and have them work with you, all right? Ask yourself that question, would it be worth it, right? Because here's what it's going to cost, right? This is sorry, it's not $2,000, it's $9.99. So let me do this real quick, guys, here. Let me go to, we do actually, same thing, we do guarantee this. Again, this is our standard performance guarantee, all right? You do your part, I do my part. We give you a whole year to execute, all right? And you've got to execute. This isn't, get out of jail free card kind of thing. I mean, if you're going to commit, please commit, all right? So let me do this real quick. I have got to send you something real quick, so hang on one second. I'm going to be right back here, so I'm going to show you my email. And I'm going to send you the form right now. Okay, so in your in-basket, you all are receiving a form right now, okay, that you're going to be able to fill out and send it to me. So let's see, we're doing slideshow. Let me go back here one second. Okay, from current slide. So let me go forward here. That's in your in-basket now. A couple things. We're going to leave this open for 5 days. We're going to leave it open until the end of day Tuesday. It is first come, first serve. We do take the first 20 people. So whatever happens first, either we get 20 people or 5 days elapses, and we're going to cut it off, and you're going to be in the program. So I would, if some of you are saying, you've already told me even before the webinar, right, that you know you want to do this, so go ahead and look at that email. Just fill them out, scan them, and email them to me. Email them to Gary@myinvestmentservices.com. They're going to be date, time, and coded when they come in, so Beverly will know, who's first, second, third, and fourth, and so forth, right? So that's the deal. First 20 people, keep it open for 5 days, because I know some of you are going to be listening to this in recording mode. And I apologize if you couldn't make it tonight. So go ahead and take action. Now's the time. Quite frankly, we're not going to do this again for another year. If we have, if 40 of you want to do it, we will likely do it again, say around November. Maybe just wait 6 months, maybe December. I don't know. But it does take a lot of our time and resources to do this. And it's, for you, it's definitely worth it, because you're, quite frankly, to get this type of one-on-one guided training through this level. And again, this is an advanced thing. This isn't for everybody, all right? If you feel like you're up to it, please go ahead and jump on board and take action. Now let me do this. Let me get back to the question box, guys, here. So Shan has a question. Okay, for investors in other states and countries, would it be a good idea to do this via webinar or GoToMeeting? Yeah, so what's going to happen, Shan, is everything I give you, I'm actually giving you everything you need to do this. They're actually, you're not actually teaching them. I'm actually teaching them. So they're going to be online doing their weekly, their webinar series, just like you are, okay? what I suggest is if you're able to do this and you have people locally, you definitely want to get together and review the material. I mean, have them go through the session. You could even do it live. You can set up your in-person sessions for 5 or 25 people, whatever you want, and have them come and do it together. You've got to know your group. You've got to gauge your group. Some of you, it's going to be more online. I mean, quite frankly, you're living pretty far out, and it just doesn't make sense for people to drive an hour. If you're close in, like in Phoenix or LA or Dallas, Houston, yeah, do it live. I mean, you're going to get far more, you get further faster by doing it live. But quite frankly, nowadays, I can tell you, it's the strangest thing. Half the people prefer online, and half of them don't. There's no. All I can do is tell you that just you need to know your crowd. Okay. So Shane, I actually do the heavy lifting. You just bring them to the table, and I do the heavy lifting. You're going to be one of my students through the process, actually. Okay. They're just thinking of you as the person who made this all happen, right? Which you are. Okay. So the answer to the question is absolutely yes. Okay. Debbie G says, way to go, Judith. Yeah, kudos to Judith. Kristen says, when will we be ready to do it? So Kristen, I think you're kind of an exception because of your background. You can do it now if you want. I mean, I think you would do quite well, actually. And quite frankly, you may want one of the other programs anyways. I know you're already investing. Maybe take the one, if you're doing more rentals, take the one on flipping, or just take the one on rentals and take your group through how to buy rentals, all right? But because of your background, I think you can do this now. If I didn't know that about you, I would say have you do at least one workshop. But quite frankly, you've already done training programs before. Let's see, this is Peter. So let's see, Peter's just asking, okay, Peter wants me to get to the point. Okay. Okay, let's see. Debbie, I'm interested but have to jump for an appointment. Here, so Debbie, check your email. Okay, since we're new to the program, okay, this is Shireen. Since you're new to the program and have just agreed to a large payment, is this an additional cost in addition to the package? Yeah, so what you got, Shireen, is you got an investor agent program. If you want to do this, go ahead. What I would do is I'm going to want to talk to you first, but turn in your form to secure your spot. If you've invested before, or you've had any other situation where you led like a Bible study group, anything like that is going to give me the confidence I need to take you through the program. If you've never done anything like that at all, if you're more of a C-type who's never led a group like Boy Scouts or anything for that matter, probably wait. But if you have, or if you feel like what you saw tonight is like, man, that's what I want to do, then do it, because you'll succeed, I can tell you that. You just might not have as much confidence as the next person. All right, see, so Gloria says, all right, so I understand that the students will need to be financially qualified. Yeah, so what will happen is, Gloria, I'm going to show you how to qualify them, okay? That's part of the process. I'll give you the interview, qualify. That way you're getting bona fide qualified students. I mean, we're going to know who they are by vocation, by hobby, by some character trait. You're gonna know who they are. Okay, so it's very highly selective. So good question. Let's see. This is let's see. Yeah, let's see who else. This should be. Looks like there's another one here. Your former email says investor agent only. Okay, hang on one second. I might have sent the wrong one. Hang on, guys. Let's go back here and see the email that I sent. Let's go back here. And I may need to redo that, so hang on one second. Sent, open, class method. Hey, you know what, Rob, that's the right one. They didn't change the wording up top. It's everything in there is correct. The actual the payment method. Let's see the print at the bottom. All that is accurate and correct. I apologize. It just didn't change investor agents. It is Path of Prosperity though. So you got the right one. Go ahead and use that. Let's see. That was Rob. Let me see some other ones here. Other questions? Okay, Shireen. Yeah. So guys, remember. So Shireen, yeah, good move. If Let's see, Melinda says, where does it go back to? So Melinda, please send it to me, Gary@myinvestmentservices.com, okay? And what I do is I got to screen them first and make sure they're okay, and then send them on to Beverly, and she just processes them in order she got them. Let's see, Rob, let's see, do rental profits. Yeah, hey, Rob, absolutely. If you definitely want to do rental profits without the pain first. The turning rental problems into real estate profits is a little more advanced. It's more involved. It's highly profitable. But I tell you, you definitely want to build up a client base first. I can just know this. We've done this a lot over the last 15, 17 years. And when it comes to rentals, build up your client base first, build up the demand, and then you can do the rental profits one after that. So good question. Okay, Steve says, may I contact you tomorrow? Need to better understand. Teaching is what I want to do. Yeah, Steve, do me a favor. The time trade's not going to have any time slots tomorrow. I just tell you, I'm in Pittsburgh. My daughter was here to have surgery. They actually postponed it to next week. So I've got time. I'm meeting with her in the morning. We're going to go for a hike. But tomorrow afternoon, absolutely, I'm all yours. I do have a team meeting in the morning, but I'd say anytime after lunch, up till dinner time, I'm all yours. So if you're not sure about something, Steve, or you have questions, let's just do that. You can even email me too if you want. Let's see, Rob says okay. All right, let's see, Steve. Let's see, who's that? That's Shan. Let's see, I'm new to the program. Yeah, and I haven't purchased other. So Shan, what's happening is we actually designed this so it doesn't cost you any more. If you want one of the programs, you do have to pay for them. Now you get them for half price because you're a student. All we're doing is we're taking you through the process just like you're a student, but we're going to have you add a layer, which is bring in other people with you who will be your clients. So you actually, it's like a triple win. I mean, you get the training yourself on how to do this classroom scenario. You get the training on how to do the technique you're learning, which is flipping or buying rentals, for example, and you get all the commissions coming in, and you get actually paid to do it. In other words, each of your clients that does this, we actually give you 25% of the profit. So let's just say you did this and you got 2 people in your first class. I mean, you just paid yourself back without even earning a commission yet. So I would say, Shan, just pick one. You mentioned wholesaling up here. Wholesaling, I would say this, guys, here's my preference. Here's my suggestion for many of you. Either do flipping or rentals first. Flipping or for profits or rental profits. If you're comfortable with that and you've got your sights set on wholesaling, I know some of you do. I know Mish, wholesaling is your thing. Do the wholesaling one, because quite frankly, half of your clients are going to want to wholesale. We just want you to show them how to do it correctly, okay? So that they profit, the consumers profit, and of course you profit too. And we do it in a way that's honorable and ethical, and everybody wins. All right. Another Remax famous saying. Thanks to Dave Liniger there. Okay. Let's see, Shane, if I purchase a program and later on want to purchase other program, can I use this payment applied? Yeah, if you get another program, you do have to buy any other program, but you get them all for half price, Shan. Yeah, each one is standalone. It is for obvious reasons. I mean, number one is we want you to learn one at a time, but you can only really have other people go through one at a time. And there actually is cost. There's cost associated with this, and that's why it's when we give it to you for half price, it's basically at cost, but it's 1 per. Okay, Kristen sent hers in. Miho says, okay, do you mean, so congratulations, Kristen. Do you mean you have rental profits without the pain without me selling the program to clients? Yes, so Miho, you can get rental profits without the pain just on your own. It's going to cost you the same, all right? We just designed this so that you could do that and learn more proficiently, because quite frankly, Miho, the best way to learn something is to teach it, all right? So you're going to be part of the process. I mean, you're going to be a student like them, and yet you're going to be held to a higher level of accountability, all right? And you're going to learn not only how to flip or how to buy rentals correctly, but you're going to learn how to do this classroom, which quite frankly is going to pay you far more over time, right? But the bottom line is, yeah, if you just want to get the program and spend $1,000, you can certainly do that. This Lisa says, will this be offered another time if we cannot afford it now? So Lisa, Lisa, we only do this once a year. I just based on the prior year's experience, I had a feeling that this year was, going to draw a lot more attention, and it has. So I may do this later in the year, maybe between Thanksgiving and Christmas. There's 4 weeks there, so it kind of fits. A little bit slow time of the year. So I just don't know. I can't guarantee it. But if we get 40 people wanting to do this, we'll make a way to make it happen again. Let me put it that way. If you want to, Lisa, and I'm reading your comments, I don't want to say everything out loud, but Lisa, just call me tomorrow afternoon. All right, text me, let me know when you're ready to talk. And because if you feel like this is in alignment with what you want to do, we want you to do it. Okay. Kristen's asking, am I the realtor whisperer? Well, I've been called a lot of things. Actually, you know what, Kristen, my nickname is back where I came from is the cash flow wizard. It's just kind of weird because I just think of myself as just Gary, but actually a guy from Indiana nicknamed me. I taught him. He actually came all the way to Pittsburgh to learn from me. And he coined the phrase cash flow wizard because I show people how to cash flow multiple ways by leveraging something they're already doing. So if you think about this, guys, that's probably the final analysis here is you're already in the game. I mean, you're already helping other people build wealth and income. You're already investing, some of you. You're already using your license. All we're doing is we're adding another process in place that takes advantage of what you're already doing to allow you to generate more cash flow. It's all about the leverage. So, Kristen, that's why they called me the cash flow wizard. I was called a baby whisperer one time. I was in a class, and a lady came in with a brand new little baby. I mean, like a month old or something, or maybe 3 months old, and he would not quiet down. So I said, here, let me hold him, and I held him while I taught. And he stayed in my arms for an hour, and she said, my God, what are you, the baby whisperer or something like that? I think it's just because of my deeper voice, and his head was on my chest, so it was kind of vibrating, but I appreciate the comment. Okay, guys, hit me up with some questions. It's 8:15. We purposely made this 2 hours long just to be safe. Please let me know if you have questions. If you're not comfortable, I can unmute you. I can, or if you just prefer to wait till tomorrow, that's fine too. But I'm here for you. I will stay on as long as you're asking questions, okay? For those of you who stayed on, I appreciate you staying on. For those of you, again, who are brand new, just remember this is not our normal, regular weekly webinar. This is something special that we only really do once a year. The regular webinars will resume next week. In fact, that's going to be next Tuesday, the 27th, and I will be in, where am I going to be? Idaho Falls, okay? So I'll be on a Pacific time. So in any case, guys, let me go back and make sure I got all the questions here. I'm going to stay on as long as you guys want me to. I've got to check forums because I see forums coming in like crazy here. Congratulations for those of you who've sending in your forms. It's like, so far, I'd say, well, my gosh, it looks like probably half of the slots are gone. So in any case, right, for those of you who are brand new, welcome aboard. We're gonna resume next week with the normal webinars, and I'm gonna go over some emails that people have already sent this week. Some of you I'll get back to Jessica by tomorrow. If anybody, you all have my email address and you all have my phone number. Please email me tonight if you could, if you want to have a one-on-one tomorrow. Or if you're not sure, if you just some things you feel like you need some more questions answered, understand it more, just email me, okay? And I'll email you tonight before I go to bed. So, okay, let's see here. So Shireen says, would you briefly review the slides with the program? Yes, so let me go back there. Hang on one second. Okay, let me go backwards here. Let's go slideshow, current slide, and backwards. Okay. All right, I think that's where we start. Okay, so here we go. Shireen, this is for you and for everybody else. Okay, so it's a 4-week guided training program. So what I'm going to do, Shireen, is the first week I'm going to go over the pieces and parts, the deliverables you're going to get. You're all going to get those by no later probably Wednesday, because we have to shut this thing off by end of Tuesday. For those who've already sent in your forms, you'll probably get your information sooner. All right, so the first meeting is we're going to go over all the deliverables. All right, the PowerPoint, the forms, everything you get, the emails you use for marketing. We give everything to you. You don't have to do anything. We literally give you everything you need. The flyers, the videos, everything. All right, we're going to go over that. We're also going to go over the screening process, which is very important. How do you actually screen these folks, okay, and qualify them? So that's the first one. All right, the second session is, which will be the 10th of July, is how to actually go through the PowerPoint presentation live, okay? Because generally speaking, you're going to be live with these folks. Some of you will be online, like some of you have our international clients already. And by the way, guys, hey, real quick, this is really important. Man, if you speak a foreign language, please put that on your profile, because we're getting some great activity coming in from the internationals onto the website. And remember, I'm going to London, England in September, and I'll be teaching while I'm over there. I've been invited to teach in Poland, Germany, and France while I'm there. And I've been invited to other countries like South Africa, Kenya, Singapore, Vietnam. I'm not going to get. I don't know when I'm going to get to all those. What I'm telling you is this: I'm not going there to teach them how to invest in their countries. I'm going there to teach them how to invest in our country. All right. So this is a great way for you to tap into that audience. All right. I'm going to be teaching them how to invest here and how to locate you directly on the website. So in any case, so Shireen, back to your question. All right, 4-week guided training program, PowerPoint deck for presenting. All right. All forms and documents. We're going to go over that. And here's all the stuff we're going to give you material-wise. No. So back to the sessions, Shireen. The second one is to go into the PowerPoint presentation, all right? From start to finish, how to set appointments, the whole 9 yards. The third one is how to actually set up your live presentation, the venue, how to promote it, all the marketing, meetup, all the possibilities of marketing using your own sphere, the email campaign, the whole 9 yards to drive people to it. The average is over 20. And the average show-up rate, the way we do it, is over 80%. So it's essentially, you should be able to get an average of 20 people per workshop. It may be smaller in some areas and bigger in some other areas. So just the average is about 20. All right, that's the third level. The fourth part is this, is review and launch. I'm actually going to show you at the very end on the fourth session how you actually tie it all together and wrap it up. So when you get these folks in the room, and you're going to have them go through properties, analyzing properties, going through property selection. You're going to schedule those all on one day, like on a Saturday, and either do a caravan or rent a van. We got to the point we literally had to rent buses, okay? You're going to have your lender on board with you that day, an inspector, okay? It creates a sense of urgency, but more importantly, you get to do one-to-many servicing throughout the training and throughout execution, all right? It's guided training for you and them, and it's a much, much higher conversion rate. So that's the 4 weeks, Shireen, okay? And here's all the material you get. It doesn't say it here, but we also give you the program guide, okay? So we give you that also. Okay, next is, let's see. We'll show you how to do all the stuff, how to set up your venue, give you the scripts, an affiliate link to show we can track who you are and where you are and your sales, okay, programmatically. The email campaigns, we'll go over that with all that stuff we're going to go over with you. All right, it includes everything. Okay, it's the 4 programs that it involves. All right, you can choose any one you want. Please just choose one at first. And I know some of you have already said I want to do 2 of them. I just tell you you're probably just going to do one at a time. All right. I know it sounds conservative, but just know that I've done this for a lot of years. And it's better off to do one thing at a time. So please, all you high Ds, please bear with me, right? Okay, so it's available to current or prior students only, okay? If you're coming in from the outside, some people stumble across this because everything is online these days. if you provide credentials that show that you've done something like this before, we'll entertain that, but current students and prior students take a precedence. They take a priority, right? Okay, so there's all the benefits. Again, guided training. You can actually get a program yourself. Obviously, that's really what you're paying for. You do share in the profits, 25%. In other words, that's $500 every time one of your clients buys a program. You also get all those commissions coming in from them, obviously, and quite frankly, they're again engaging with you on the same level that you need them to. All right, it's an awesome way to serve people. Okay, so I think that was the last part of that. Oh, I'm sorry, there was one more part. Okay, so you get the program. I'm going to do the training. So just remember this: you're not going to have to. I do the heavy lifting. All right, you just get them to the table. All right, and then all of a sudden you sit down with them, and I'm going to take you all through the training. All right, so I do the heavy lifting. You can take it as often as you like. You can do this for each of the programs one at a time, and we're going to do this over the next, the Mondays of all 4 Mondays of July. All right, everything's delivered electronically. We go over live. It's more engaging, more interactive because there's fewer of us on the call, on the webinar, excuse me. They are recorded, and they're all going to be transcribed. Which is something we normally don't do, but for you guys, we're going to give you the transcriptions of all the July sessions. So you not only can just re-watch it, you can reread it too, if you like that. So Shireen, how does that grab you? Okay, let's see if there's other questions here. Let's see. See, Jeff says, Gary, I got on 5 minutes late. Sorry, I had to send off a new contract. Is this a new contract and money required? So Jeff, hey Jeff, yeah, this is an advanced technique. So this whole night was a different type of webinar, different than the ones we do every week. So this is something we only do once a year, Jeff. It's generally for students who have already done like a workshop before, or maybe they've done led a Bible study group or some kind of scouting program or something, even adult education like Kristen. You bring something to the table that shows that you have some competence. We'll take into this effort. So it's and what we do is because you're a student, you get any other program for half price. All we're doing is you're going to go ahead and do that and get the other program you want for half price. We're just giving you all the guided training on top of it, okay? We didn't want to charge any more for this. We want to make it part of our normal program, but the fact is we have to adhere to the policies, which is you get another program, you do have to pay for it, although it's only half price. So that's the kind of the logic behind how we designed it. Let's see. See, this is Melissa. Okay, Melissa. So can you let us know what the fee that we just paid to get into this program is for when you get in our office? We will still taught on how to send out. Oh yeah, so Melissa, this is separate. So this is the basic investor agent program that's standalone in and of itself. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. This is if you want to do this and learn how to do flips yourself personally, but more importantly have other people who are flipping work with you on the same, basically in concert with you, okay, how they operate, which is a big deal, because quite frankly, if you work with agents or investors to drive you crazy, this eliminates that. These people are following your instructions literally step by step, and you make money doing it. I mean, every time they buy a program, you profit from that, all right? And yes, you do get your own program. Obviously, that's essentially what you're paying for. All of this is free. This is just part of the training. But back to your question is, yes, the regular program is in standalone in and of itself. All the letters, all the booklets, the basic workshop, that's all in there. So that doesn't change. You're into that program. There's nothing more you got to do there. This is only if you see yourself playing the role of teacher on a regular basis, and I mean with a 93% conversion rate and repeat rate, then that's what that's all about. So is this extra to the workshop and have students pay for the? Yes, so that's right, Melissa. So they're gonna, the students who you bring in, I mean, we're gonna show you how to do this. They're gonna buy a program, and we're gonna give them the program directly. You don't have to get involved with delivery or any of that kind of stuff. You just simply play the role of the investor agent. You bring them in. we know that they want to flip. We know they want to buy rentals. All we're doing is giving you a way to give it to them in a methodical learning environment, so that they learn it properly, by the way. So we're not teaching them smoke and mirrors and all that kind of stuff, buying on terms. I mean, I can teach them all that, but this is good old-fashioned blocking and tackling. This is the stuff that actually works no matter what the economy is doing. This is the kind of stuff that you get from, like, Dave Ramsey doesn't teach us, but the same principle, you know, essentially roll up your sleeves, you know, put some skin in the game, and this is how you do it, okay? And it sounds conservative. It's not very glamorous. It's not like you flip a switch and the money comes out, but you flip a switch and you build a machine and the money comes out, okay? You're literally building your own business machine. So anyways, Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy says, I got to get going. Let's see. Hang on a second. Will there be information coming? Yeah, Jimmy, I don't think there's going to be, and you're going to get the recording of this, Jimmy, but I don't think Beverly is going to send you. There's no other like webinar recording or any kind of thing like that. So you'll get the recording of this tomorrow, and you can rewatch it if you want. And Jimmy, before you do it, I wouldn't mind having a strategy call with you first. If it's something you think you want to do, let's just have a conversation first, okay? Let's see. Shireen is sending a detailed news. Okay, good. Okay, Rob sent his application. Okay, well, congratulations, Rob. Okay, guys, let's check the time here. Let's see. It is almost 8:30, so I'm going to sign off here in a minute. But let me just check for questions one more time. Let's see. I think I am caught up on the questions. Melissa, Jeff, Melinda, we got those. Let's see. Okay, Kristen signed off. Okay, there's still 40 of you on. Let's see, I think we're caught up. So that's Lisa's question. That's Mio's question. Yeah, I think we're all caught up in questions. Let me go back to the bottom. Hey, by the way, guys, for those of you who know what's going on here, I'm not teaching tomorrow. I'm going to spend the morning with my daughter, and then I'm going to spend Saturday with my son, and then Sunday I've got to get on the road again. My daughter is going in for surgery. It's just going to be next Wednesday now, not yesterday, obviously, because that may postpone it. And I appreciate all your prayers. I will let you know once she's out, how everything goes. I'm sure everything's going to be fine. But I appreciate all the positive and kind remarks I've been getting from all you guys. So thank you very much. Okay, let's see, Gloria. I am thinking right. Let's see. Am I right in thinking that we sign up, we recruit, and we all take part in the webinar? Yeah. So Gloria, you're going to be, so once you, two parts. Number one is I'm going to train you how to actually put on the session to bring people to the table, namely your clients, okay? Now, you know, probably 20% of them will want to take one of the programs. I suggest you know ahead of time which way you're going to want to go with it, either flipping or rentals or wholesaling, okay? Once that occurs, we dispense all the training using our normal, you know, digital chalk platform, and you become part of that process. All of a sudden, the role shifts to me. I do all the heavy lifting. You're now our participant. You're going to learn along with them. Now, they're not going to necessarily see or know that, okay? But because they're going to be looking to you as sort of, you know, hey, what do we do now kind of thing. I'm going to guide you through all that. So the bottom line is, it's called experiential training. I'm going to be training you. You're going to be earning as you're learning, all right? It's like on-the-job training. It's the best way to learn. Quite frankly, if you don't get in the game and swing the bat and take action, it'll take you a year to figure this out, probably longer, because I think it took us like 2 to 3 years to figure this out. But once you get it mastered, the first time, man, I mean, you just know this. We got to the point where we were putting in the presentation 200 plus people in a room, okay? And then out of that group of people, 20 to 50 would actually take one of the programs, okay? I mean, that didn't happen on day one, but over the next 2 to 3 years, that's what happened, all right? So in any case, you know, if that sounds appealing to you, even if you just want to do it on a small scale, absolutely, you know, just do it you make it as big or as small as you want. Okay, so this is, let me check for another question here. Okay, that was Rob. Thanks, Rob, again. Okay, this is Brian. Hey, Brian. So Brian is asking, okay, I did not start reading modules 1 until Monday, but I am now in the 3rd and 4th week. Question, do I have to still wait 7 days between modules, or can I play catch up and do modules 2 and 3? I know the way the program's designed, Brian, Digital Chalk is it's progressive learning, and it was programmed to be 7 days between modules because we want you to learn and implement. So there's an exercise at the end of each module. We want you to actually do that and practice. Build your school report. Get some examples of properties and exercise those calculators and spreadsheets. Okay. However, under certain circumstances, Beverly has dispensed future modules on an early basis to some people, like somebody was going on a cruise for a month or something like that. So just email Beverly, explain to her your situation, and she might be able to do that for you. Okay, that was, we got the glorious question. Shireen, thank you, Shireen, for your prayers. I appreciate that. Okay, so Maxine, I will, Maxine, call me tomorrow. How about that? Call me tomorrow. You've got my cell phone number, or email me. We'll set something up. I'd love to have you on board. That would be awesome. Okay, let's see. This is Shan. Shan says, do you think I need to learn your wholesale, rental, etc. programs first? No. Shan, this is, you are going to learn it. We're just going to have you learn it while you're going through this process. Much better way to learn. What you're describing there is what we used to do, which is traditional, going back years, but now the progressive learning, some people call it experiential training, is far more powerful. It's far faster. You have a higher retention rate, and quite frankly, you're making money while you're doing it. So if you're going to do any other programs, you're already going to spend $1,000, half price. Just do this. You'll just know you're going to go far further faster by doing this. All right, you'll learn a lot more by being part of this process as opposed to doing it on your own. A lot to be said for that. I know Maxine knows what I'm talking about, and Kristen and Melinda, some of the others know what I'm talking about. Pretty powerful way to learn and put some money in your pocket while you're doing it. Okay. Okay. Well, there's still 34 of you guys on here, and you're being pretty quiet. Our last call for questions. How about that? Last call for questions. And if obviously, just remember, you can always email me and call me. I'll be available also Saturday early morning and later afternoon. This is Eastern Standard Time. This week I'm in Eastern Time, okay? The middle of the day I'll be kayaking with my son perhaps, or biking. We're not quite sure yet. On Saturday tomorrow I'll be with my daughter till about noon, and then I'm free for the afternoon. So in any case, you guys, that was awesome. I appreciate you being part of this, and congratulations for those of you who've turned in your forms. I look forward to guiding you through this process. The coolest thing about this is there were years, I mean, I would make $800,000 just doing this, and we would just put people in those rooms. They would love you for it. I mean, you're basically helping them with one of the three things that they spend more time thinking about. Their relationships, their health, and their money, and you're part of that. And it's no wonder you build these relationships with these guys. So I'm proud of you for doing this. Congratulations. I think you're going to be really fulfilled when you get the responses that you're going to get from your clients. It's just a wonderful thing. I've developed more friendships from doing this than I ever got business from friends. I can tell you that. The fact that you're taking action tells me everything I need to know. And I learned a long time ago, guys, you don't take action, you're not going to get the results. All right. I didn't want to scare anybody in the beginning. I know this isn't for everybody, but quite frankly, this will help everybody. All right. If you're part of that group of 20, congratulations. And then, we will share with the rest of the group what we learn. For those of you who are not able to participate, and for everybody, I hope you all have a blessed, wonderful weekend coming up. Have some fun with your families, okay? And always remember to keep that balance, all right? And always remember you can get a hold of me. Usually, I'm pretty responsive. Some weeks we got to use that time trade to schedule time. But often if there's something quick, you got an urgent matter, just tell me, Gary, urgent, and I'll get back to you ASAP. So, okay, guys. Oh, let's see. I think we might have another question coming in here. That was Shireen's. Okay. All right, I think that's it, guys. Oh, Natasha. Natasha, have a good evening. Natasha, thank you very much. I hope you have a great evening too. And Natasha, I saw you scheduled a one-on-one, so I want to go over the workshop now. I know you, the first one you did, you kept it to your own sphere, and I'm glad that you did that. It's a great first step. But what I want to do is help you now go big with it and guide you through how to have a higher show rate. So let's do that. Let's work on that for the next 4 weeks. Okay. Okay. Well, listen, you guys. You have an awesome evening. I appreciate you. Oh wait, we do get another. Looks like another email came in. Let's see. Hang on a second. Judith, okay, is there an invitation to the investors before we start? Yeah, Judith, we're going to give you all that. So we're going to give you everything you need to do to approach, market to, promote to your investors. Everything you need, you're going to get everything in there. So let's see, Shan says, talk to you on Monday. That's right, Shan, I think we've got a one-on-one schedule. Okay, that's good. Let's see, that was Judith's question. Shireen, have you ever thought about taking someone with you to train in real time to be you in leading the classes in or this training program? I'm glad you mentioned that, Shireen, because guess what? Guess what you become as a part of this, what we're going over tonight? You become a candidate. We're actually looking for 5 new trainers for 2018. We've already identified 2 of them, possibly 3. We're actually, they're going through this now. This has grown, and we like it. We like doing this at the office level because there's far more interaction. The response rates are better. We get higher conversion rates. We get students like Natasha right here. I mean, perfect example. First time out of the gate, she actually did it on her own. She didn't even. She used the material. She didn't use me for the guided part, and she pulled it off. She got a client. So, in any case, that's just what happens. It's like the 80-20 rule reversed. So I like it at this level. I'm been under pressure from the owner of my investment services to do this on a larger scale. But quite frankly, I would rather have I'd rather have all of 20 people produce than 5% of 100 people. How about that? So to answer your question, we are doing that, Shireen, and if you'd like to be considered for that, please let me know that, because I want to have a conversation with you. Okay, Judith, so Judith, the classes. Yeah, I think, Judith, what you're saying is, yes, we're going to give you, for each of these programs, we're going to show you exactly how to do the classes and invitations for the people to be in the classes. So Natasha says, next one is scheduled for July, chat soon. You got it, Natasha. Well, I'm glad you're on board, and I look forward to helping you. Okay, guys, looks like the numbers are starting to dwindle here, so that means everybody's got what they need, and I appreciate that. Let's see if anybody has any more questions now. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Hey, we got Ariana on board. Hi, Ariana. Oh, I haven't seen you for a while. Let's see, who else might still be on here that I haven't seen for a while? Fassel's still on. Hope you're doing good, Fassel. Armenia, Judith, LeVar. Hey, LeVar, how you doing, buddy? Let's see. Michael, Miho, Natasha Williams. Okay, there's another Natasha. How you doing? Preeti. Preeti, boy, hey Preeti, let me know if you need to have another strategy session. Okay, I know we swapped emails about what you got a group of engineers and doctors, I think it was. So I want to talk to you about that. Let's see. Sarah Anderson is pretty new. Welcome aboard. And Siri from Atlanta. Okay, guys, I'm going to check questions one more time and then wish you well and bid you a good night. Okay, I think that is it. LeVar. Hi, Gary. I'm great, Gary. Thanks for all your do. LeVar, you're very welcome. I'm glad to help you, man. Judith, have a great weekend with your family. Thank you, Judith. You do the same. Okay, guys, God bless you all, and I will see you, many of you, on Tuesday's webinar, and then for a lot of you who sign up tonight or will sign up for the next 4 or 5 days, we'll also see you coming up in July on all those Mondays. Take care and God bless and have a great night. Okay, good night.